What's up, YouTube? This is Big Mike, man. Bear with me for my inactivity as of late. Got some stuff going on, man. So my schedule has changed. My work schedule has changed. Certain other things have changed. So right now I don't have the time that I normally used to as far as making videos. I truly regret breaking my promise of making a video about every playoff game. That was my goal. I'm sorry about that. My videos will pick up, around the time of the NBA Finals. But I got to make a video addressing a couple of things. Number one, the Boston Celtics have to be, this series between the Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers will probably go down as the most uncompetitive conference finals ever. And I've seen some sweeps, okay? One that comes to mind is the Bulls sweeping the Magic in 1996. I remember a couple of those games were blowouts. There's been some other series, of course, that just can't come to mind right now that were sweeps. But this one, the difference is the Celtics are getting their ass beat by the Cavaliers at home. Cleveland is doing this on the road. Last year, between Cleveland and the Raptors, Cleveland beat the Raptors in the games that they won in that series 4-2 by an average of 28 points per game. But the Raptors still managed to win that series. Not win the series. What the hell am I talking about? They still managed to win 2 games in that series. Okay, they still managed to win 2 games. Boston, last night, that was one of the biggest blowouts that I've ever seen in the playoffs. I think the final score was 130-86. That's a 46-point defeat by the Boston Celtics. I think that's 1 point shy of the record for the worst defeat by the Boston Celtics in the playoff game. I think the worst was in 1995. In the first round, the Orlando Magic beat them by 47 points in one game. Can't remember the final score. It might have been something like 127-80 or something like that. I remember it was just one of those just pure, good old fashioned James Evans, thick leather strap ass beatings. I mean, get you behind that, Junior. But Dad, one of those, like I'm saying, JJ just, I don't know what the fuck JJ did. Bought the wrong set of paint for, his artistry, or, he take his head off for supper or some shit. But one of those good old fashioned James Evans beatdowns, man. This just, I think, adds to my theory that the Cleveland Cavaliers are just head and shoulders, man, above the Eastern Conference. I gotta be honest, man. I gotta be honest, I've been wrong about some stuff, man. Number one, I thought that the Eastern Conference was getting slightly more competitive. That theory has been shot to shit. Okay, if anything, the East will become even less competitive because there's this hot rumor about Paul George wanting to go to the Lakers. You got Kyle Lowry wanting to play with a contender in the West. This is my theory, guys, okay? I think that the NBA is aware of one weakness that they have as opposed to the other sports, that being the MLB and the NFL. In those two sports, there appears to be parity while teams like New England, tend to have a chance to go into the Super Bowl every year, legitimately, other teams do have a fighting chance. Nearly every year you'll see a different team in the Super Bowl. That gives you a feeling like, okay, well, we can actually have a chance. New England, the Giants won the Super Bowl one year going 9-7. So you feel like your team could be their year. In baseball, there's parity. The NBA doesn't have that. That's one of the weaknesses. One of the things I think might occur, it's not going to be parity like that ever in the NBA, I think, but I think that the NBA might want to have Golden State have more of more competition in the Western Conference. I think that other teams in the West have to become stronger. I truly believe that a superstar is going to join Russell Westbrook in OKC. That team is ratings bonanza, despite the fact that they won less than 50 games. I think that generally their games do very well. The Russell Westbrook triple-double chase was a very successful venture this year, a very successful thing to watch for. I think that they're going to help. Like I said, to an extent, the NBA is entertainment. Okay, it's basketball, but it's entertainment, and we always have to remember that. There's always a business side to this thing. That's why I tell people, when I say the NBA is rigged, I don't mean totally rigged, but use your common sense, okay? Because it's also a business, and whenever there's money involved, you got to also think what your businessman had, okay? I think that they want more parity in the Western Conference to just at least create the illusion that the Warriors have competition. The Warriors might lose some years, But in the East, I think the NBA is going to ride this LeBron thing for as long as they can. All right? I think they're going to ride it for as long as they can. LeBron James, I think they want to try to, test him up against Michael Jordan. I think the NBA I think it favors the NBA to have LeBron James seen as the greatest player of all time. All right, whether you agree with that or not, I think that's what they're trying to do with LeBron. LeBron's 32 years old. Michael played till he was 35 as far as in his prime. The Wizard years, I don't really count. So, as long as LeBron James has help, as long as LeBron James is at least just 60 to 70% of the player that he once was in his prime, the Cleveland Cavaliers will always be one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, and they'll always have a fighting chance to go to the NBA Finals, even as LeBron James ages. But that's just my opinion on that, and my opinion on that pathetic excuse for a game. That series is over. They're going to Cleveland. Cleveland's going to beat the shit out of them at Cleveland twice. I don't know if they're going to be about 40 each game, but pretty much count on a 15 to 25-point win by the Cleveland Cavaliers next two ball games. And then we'll be to the meat and potatoes of the NBA. The NBA Finals, Cleveland versus Golden State. I don't see Golden State losing to San Antonio, especially now that Kawhi Leonard's health is is really in question. Jesse, I did see your request about that video. I've been very, very busy, bro. I hope you're listening to this one. I do think that Zaza Pachulia did that on purpose. I think that was a dirty play by Zaza Pachulia. I can't stand him. I remember when he did that against that. Good God Almighty! Look at that ass out there. Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh, be professional, Michael. Woo woo. What? Ah, boy, it's great to be single. Zaza Pachulia, lost my train of thought there. Zaza Pachulia is a dirty player. Remember the takedown he had earlier this year of Russell Westbrook. When he was with the Dallas Mavericks, he had a history there. Uh, Greg Popovich went into a infamous extended rant about that. I can't stand the Warriors, man. I just don't personally. I can't stand to watch them play. They're an extraordinarily loaded team that are beating up on teams that have some of the worst luck ever. Not to say that the Warriors would have lost, but I just can't. I can't stand watching this team, man. I don't understand. Unless you're a Warrior fan, I don't understand how you could root for this team. It's like it's almost like rooting for. I don't know, man. It's like rooting for a huge corporate law firm against Matlock and shit. You know, like, I mean, why are you rooting for the corporate interests? Or why are you rooting for the Goliath? You're supposed to be rooting for David. But, I don't know. But Zaza Pachulia is a dirty player. I think it was intentional. I think that the Warriors are collectively a dirty fucking team. You know, they might play pretty. You know what I mean? They might play what's considered a soft brand of basketball. But I think that the Warriors have developed a bully mentality. You listen to the stuff that Draymond Green says. I don't remember Draymond Green running his mouth until they became a good team. Then all of a sudden he's Mr. Quotable. He's Mr. I say what I feel. I always tell people, anybody, I'll tell them if I was a star NBA player, I would have an account just to put money in, just so once a year, or at least once in my lifetime, I'm going to slap the shit out of Draymond Green. And we'll have to be rumbling. He might whoop my ass. I might whoop his ass. But I'm going to slap the shit out of him. Because somebody needs to do it. He's a dirty fucking player. They never call him out consistently about the shit he does. Okay? Kicking people in the nuts and all this shit. He's like a combination of Bill Laimbeer and he's really Bill. They keep making the comparisons between Charles Barkley and Dennis Rodman. Really, he's Bill Laimbeer. He's a dirty fucking player. Okay? He's dirty. Nobody liked Bill Laimbeer. For some reason, they like Draymond Green. He's a dirty fucking player. They got Zaza Pachulia. They got Klay Thompson, who's fucking egotistical. You know, Stephen Curry is okay as a person, I guess. Okay. Durant's a fucking faggot. Okay, who went to a fucking team that's loaded, and all of a sudden now he wants to play defense, and, I want everything to be easier and all this shit. Fuck that team, man. And they're going to beat the Spurs now because there's nobody there. They don't have their best player. So they're going to the finals. And, that's just the way that is, man. But I'm trying to catch up on things, man. I haven't really making the videos, but tell me what you guys think. I know some of you like what I said, but fuck it.